Katie Price, humiliating Harvey yet again. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Car crash narcissist Katie Price has an adult son called Harvey Price. Harvey has several complex conditions, primarily Prader-Willi syndrome. This is a genetic disorder which causes excessive hunger, learning difficulties, and behavioural issues. He also has autism, septo-optic dysplasia, making him partially blind, and an underactive thyroid. All of this comes together to lead to significant weight struggles and health risks, like a potential heart attack. This means that he needs constant care and management. Harvey, unfortunately, has a narcissist for a mother who demonstrates her credentials with regard to being that narcissist, both in terms of a lack of care for this man who has these health conditions, and also in relation to the way that she utilizes him as a prop, like many narcissist parents do, but humiliates him. Unsurprisingly, it revolves around Katie Price placing her son on social media. And here is the clip in question.
We've just walked in the room and we've caught you red-handed while we were on stage.
In my sweets.
What have you been doing? What have you done with all them sweets?
All this you get, and you didn't even ask me Harvey Price.
Sorry, Carrie.
We've only been on stage 2
And
minutes.
there, nearly 2 boxes.
Yeah.
That is. That's not good, is it?
Sorry, Carrie, I don't.
But was it nice? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, yeah,
There you go.
Right, you can sit down now. It's not funny.
yeah.
Look at me. You got it all round your mouth. It's not funny, is it?
What would you have done if they were DJ's presents?
Quite nice.
What would you have said to DJ? Look, DJ, he's just eating all them chocolates,
Sorry,
DJ.
DJ.
Boxes of chocolate for over the stage.
Oh, Price. Was it nice?
Yeah,
It's
fucker.
worth it.
You wish.
Well, it is Christmas Eve.
Right, love you.
We'll let you off.
Thanks.
Now, this is an older clip. I think it was taken from roughly a year ago, but it's circulating again on social media. It looks like Katie Price is involved in a pantomime, judging from the attire of the lady that you briefly see in the video who goes by the name of Kerry. And she has been on stage. And as you've just witnessed, some chocolate which belongs to Kerry has been left in a dressing room. Harvey has been left unattended, and as a consequence of his excessive hunger, he, in a space of a couple of minutes, has demolished the chocolate that was left in the dressing room. First of all, obvious points. If Katie Price is performing, it's something that she's doing work-wise to earn an income. She's entitled to do that. Then she needs to ensure that there's adequate care for her son. He has particular disabilities and conditions that require care and management. And therefore, she needs to arrange for that to be the case. Either have him out watching the show where somebody, or including her, could keep an eye on him, or if he's not going to do that, then arrange for a carer to be attending upon him. Furthermore, knowing that he has this condition, you wouldn't be leaving him in a dressing room where there's a lot of chocolate available, because you know he's going to eat it. This isn't a case of saying to Harvey, there's some chocolate there, don't touch it. He's going to eat it because of his condition. And therefore, if you are going to leave him unattended, you'd ensure that there wasn't anything there that he could be eating. The fact is, this chocolate doesn't even belong to him or his mother, it belongs to somebody else. Not that that's going to stop Harvey. Whilst he recognises, because he's repeatedly chastised in the video, that he's done something wrong, one wonders if he's actually able to comprehend that that is the case. He offers an apology, but one wonders if it's just if you like, a knee-jerk reaction to being told off, that he knows he has to say sorry, but he doesn't necessarily truly understand why that is. But this isn't about Harvey's perception of matters, it's about the way that he's humiliated by his mother. First of all, she demonstrates her absence of emotional empathy by ensuring that he doesn't have a proper carer in attendance, and alongside the fact of leaving him in a dressing room, unattended, where there's chocolate, knowing of his excessive hunger, knowing of his learning difficulties, and knowing that he will eat it. Therefore, she's showing no care whatsoever for his health concerns, because as I described at the outset, he has struggles with his weight, you can see that in the video, and his health is at risk. And what does she do? Leave him unattended in a dressing room where he can scoff a load of chocolate. He is severely overweight, and she's not helping that situation at all. Furthermore, you also have to question, what is she doing to help this man manage his weight and lose weight so that his health improves? Given the size of him, it looks like she's doing absolutely nothing, which demonstrates once again an absence of emotional empathy. If she truly cared about her son, she would be doing everything she could to ensure that he couldn't eat in the way that he does. I appreciate that that is likely to cause anger issues with him, but ultimately, in order to look after him, which is her role still as his mother, she ought to be taking steps to ensure that his dietary intake is adjusted so that he starts to lose weight, because he is grossly overweight, and notwithstanding the complex conditions he already has, he's going to have a heap load added on top as a consequence of his excessive weight. But it gets worse. All of what could have happened could have been dealt with privately. Harvey, I've made a mistake, I left you in the dressing room, you shouldn't have eaten the chocolate, tell you off, apologise to Kerry, and there we are. But no. One wonders if it's staged also. It wouldn't be a surprise for Katie Price to think, look, let's leave Harvey in the dressing room with all of that chocolate. He'll be bound to eat it, and then we can burst back in after a couple of minutes and tell him off, and we'll stick it on social media, and that's today's footage. It wouldn't surprise me at all if that's been done, and that Harvey has been set up and used as the object prop that his mother subconsciously sees him as. Again, demonstrating an absence of emotional empathy for him, the utilisation of him in the pursuit of the prime aims. Even if she hadn't decided to set him up, she goes in and films the aftermath of what has happened. Why? She doesn't need to film it. It's not like she's going to take that to a doctor and say, look, this is what he does. Undoubtedly, the medical professionals will be fully aware of the difficulties that Harvey has. They don't need some further evidence by way of a video clip. No, she's recorded it with the sole intent of sticking it on social media, because the necessity of asserting control over an audience, drawing fuel from that audience, and monetising the provocation that comes with it matters more to the car crash narcissist that is Katie Price than the dignity of her son. Yet again, he's wandering around half naked with his great big gut on display. He finds himself being chastised. He's getting told off by both women. And then it turns round to asking him, did you enjoy it though? So the chastisement isn't even sincere. The poor fellow doesn't understand how this is impacting upon him. He clearly can't help himself because he has this excessive hunger. But he's not getting any help from the one person who ought to be helping him, and that's his mother. Katie Price likes to portray that she's this doting mother, but all the evidence regularly demonstrates that it's to the contrary. And what she does is, she neglects her son by leaving him in a dressing room, or sets him up this way, where there's a load of chocolate, which he then consumes. She then films him, and in so doing, belittles him by showing his excessive size, half naked, and the humiliation of telling him off and then plonking it on social media. The narcissist doing so because she has no emotional empathy for her son, no recognition of boundaries, no sense of accountability, her sense of entitlement driving her to pursue control over the audience by utilising her son as a prop triangulating him with the audience so that they will react and provide her with fuel, and she can then monetize it as a residual benefit. Yet again, the narcissist that is Katie Price demonstrates that she's a narcissist with such behaviour as she humiliates her son Harvey yet again. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for watching.